Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and we're here today with another episode of Spring Fling with Strings, and this is where we start assembling Block 1. Block 2 will be next week, and then we're going to finish the sashing, because the sashing is on two sides of this block, right? So we're going to finish this outer sashing for the quilt when we sew it all together, and then there's going to be a border, the outer border. So this is Block 1. We're getting ready to put all of this together, so here we go. So this is the layout for Block 1. Now you'll notice how the sashing goes that certain way towards the larger white part goes towards this block. Now that's important. That is very important. Block 2 will be different. Now, so before we get into all of this, I want to do a shout out for Deb Morton at Sewing with Debee. She has been so helpful doing the layouts and, you know, putting stuff together. Like, she's doing the layout for this quilt as well. And I just want everybody to know how thankful I am to her. Now, her YouTube channel is going to be in our show notes below. And like I say, you got to go check her out. If you like what you see, go hit that subscribe, give her some love, and, you know, an encouragement, and tell her that I sent you, right? Because she might not know. She might know, she might not know. Also, let's say we've got Zoom sew dates once a month, usually the first Saturday of the month, and the dates are listed in those show notes. It's really important you get into those show notes. Then once this is done, we're going to have a couple of weeks there where we're doing other things, and we're going to start spring, the quilt bingo. So this is coming. Quilt bingo is coming. It's a skill builder, and it's going to be lots of fun. Also, share, like, subscribe, make comments. Comments help our analytics, and hitting that thumbs up, that all helps our analytics. And if all you've got time to do is put a heart in the comments, we would be so happy to reply to that. That is so wonderful that you're watching. Also, we have a Facebook group. We do lots of fun things in there. And we also have a virtual sewing room under Discord for the Facebook members. I also speak for free. And if you guys have shout outs that you want me to talk about, please send me the link either on Facebook or in the email is in the About tab, right? Same for if you want me to come speak to your guild or group. You know, message me through Facebook. I'm a lot faster on Facebook than I am on email. And like I say, I'd be happy to, you know, to try and add them to our list, or, you know, put you up for a speaking engagement. So anyway, so here we are. Here we are. So come on in. Let's get to the sewing. Okay, we're at the sewing machine. Now I'm just going to let you look at this for a bit. The longest white part here on the sashing. This is essentially our sashing. This is our cornerstone, right? But we're going to sew it all into one block, so it's a little faster to assemble. And because the sashing will flip on the next block, this is why you want to lay it out and see what you're doing, because I didn't want to take my stitch ripper to this too often. Now, the 4 patches, all the color points to the center. And with the Tri-Rex units, all the large colors, the large base color, points also to the center pinwheel. Now, this is going to come together very quick. And it's the fastest way to do it is do the 9 patch first, this area first, then make it into an uneven 4 patch. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to take our time, line this up. Line this baby up, and because everything has been trimmed to 3.5 inches, this center here just pops together, no problem. There's very little issue. You might, oops, there we go. I have more issue with hitting a seam on the blocks. Now, that's the other thing too. If you did not want to work with strings because you don't like strings, or you don't have strings, or you're just, you know, anti-string, right? You could have just cut pieces, right? And made your quilt that way, because that also works. There we go. And last piece here. Yeah, oops, line it up. Take your time, line this up. There we go. Okay, now because we're working on the 9 patch first, we're going to open this all up. Yes, it's all sewn correctly. That also saves you so many tears when you check before you sew it again. Because, there we go. There. Now, again, this one goes to the blue bottom. The big blue bottom goes against the pinwheel. There. Yeah, I was really surprised how fast this came together. I was like, wow, this comes together. It sounded overwhelming at certain points because it was so labor intensive, but I say it was kind of, you know, I was really surprised how well it came together. Okay, now that we've got this side done, I'm gonna just cut that off. I don't have a leader ender project. I wonder where it went. Okay, there. So now, this is what we're looking at. Yes, it's done correctly. So let's just, now I pressed these out. The center goes out, you know, so it goes like this way, right? And then this got pressed in because I just found that easier to manage. I just did. I just found the whole thing here. If I didn't want to fight seams, I kind of pre-pressed it all with my fingernails. And I know finger pressing, you guys are going, oh my god, you do hit eventually an iron, right? And I go, yes I do. Yes I do. Now, with the needle down, I'm going to cut my threads for the webbing. I'm just going to cut them so I get a good chance to get in there and nest everything. And a big chunk of fluff just fell out of my machine. And that goes there. Take it off. There. There. There we go. And right to the end. There. Just like I say, this comes together very quick. Okay, so one more. Okay, there we go. Line this up. Give it a snip so you can get in there and really see what you're doing. Now, I'm going to confess something to you. When I was putting block 1 and 2 together, I made extra. I made one extra. I was just like, ugh, really? I always make one extra. But it is what it is, right? It's kind of that, oh dear, moment where you're going to go, okay, I obviously don't know how to count anymore, but that's fine. Okay, now, there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay it open like this, get that board back into play. Now we're doing this as an uneven 4 patch, right? Because you guys can see that it's just going to come together. Now, these longer pieces were 3.5 by 9.5, right? And if I take my time to line this up, now I'm just going to show you this because this is also important when you're doing these blocks. I made string blocks that were on an angle. And I want my string blocks to carry along the line of this piece. Now, when you see block 2, you're going to understand why, because it goes the different direction. But I wanted all my string blocks on block 1 to go this way, right here on this string. Now, if you just cut your stuff out of like solid browns, you know, then don't worry about it, right? But if you did strings, this is, you know, the way I wanted to go. It actually looks better. So let's get this sewn. Okay. So we get this one down first, line it up, take your time, line this baby up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there we go. Now we're going to line this up. And I'm going to get rid of this because it's in the way now. There. Nothing's on it and it's in the way. I'm going to get this lined up just so. So perfect. Now, I found, even though I trimmed everything, you know, sometimes one was a little bit longer than the other, but I always wanted to sew this block with that point here up, because then I wouldn't be cutting off my point, because that's kind of important that you don't cut your point off, you know, so it just makes your work look crisper, you know. There we go. Right to the end. So I have made my point. Let's see. I can't show you. So this is where the point is. I'll just darken this a bit and then hold it up for you. Okay, so there's my point right there. Oops, back. There. So I've made my point and I've actually been able to sew right through it. So I know the front now has got a perfectly crisp point. Now what I'm going to do with the other direction is I am going to sew with this side up so I don't miss this point here, right? So we want nice crisp points. So we take our time, line this all up, get it under the machine. There. Hold the thread. There we go. There. Now I just clip that extra thread off. There. Now, I'm going to, there. Okay, that goes out. And I can see where my point is, so I don't cut it off. It's a nice crisp little point on the front. Okay. Now, with the needle down, I maneuver this, get a perfect little line going here. There we go. Now, before I show you the points on the other side, I just want you to get a sense of what we're doing. Like this goes in on itself, right? The 4 patches are swirls, so they lie flat. Now this has been pressed open, so I'm going to take my clapper and make sure that this all gets pressed out, right? So it's going to have lay as flat as possible. Yes, I twisted it once, so I will just clip it near the seam so the bulk goes the right way. Now this one went in, right? And this goes out this way, right? So there we are. Now I'm going to show you those points. See, here's the one point. Oops, can you see that? Let's hope you can see that. See, it's perfect. It's a perfect point. And this one as well. Nice, perfect point. Okay, so let's get to our ta-da moment. Okay, here is our block 1. Block 2 is next week, then finishing the sashing, because you can see there's sashing on 2 sides of this. So when you sew all of them together, you know, like you got 45 blocks, you're going to have, you know, starting block 1, block 2, block 1, block 2, and then the next row starts block 2, block 1, block 2, block 1. Well, you got 7 across, 7 down. So with this is 25 of them. Right? You got to make 25 of these. And the other one you make 24. And that works out to 49. Yes. So this one comes together. And yes, the trick is in the sashing. The trick is in the sashing. That's very important. But also really important not to cut off your points. Because that is going to add a lot to your quilt. That you've got all these beautiful sharp little points. So I do hope you're following along. And like I say, I picked my colors based on the amount of what I had. I had lots of blue and hordes of brown, and I had 2 big bundles of low volume. So this is why I picked the colors I did. If you didn't want to do string blocks because you're anti-string, or you don't like strings, or you don't have enough strength, then you could have just cut pieces, and that would have worked as well. But this, I think, is a lot of fun. So I hope you're giving this a try and you're sewing along with us. It's I'm kind of excited about it. And okay, so block 2 is next. The finishing the sashing is after that, and then we've got an outer border. So this is going to make a beautiful queen size. So I hope you have a great day and a great fabulous week ahead, and life is treating you very gently. So you take care and stay well until we see each other again. Okay, bye. My husband and I would like to thank you for all of your support and watching our videos and sharing and liking. It has just been, you've put us on such an amazing journey, and we are having so much fun. I hope everything is going so well in your life, and you know, your 1/4 inch is perfect. Everything is working out for you. And we're just so happy to be part of your life, and you having, like I say, you're watching us. I was just so thrilled that you're doing that. So I want to say goodbye, and I want to thank you with all my heart. Okay? Take care. Bye.